I'm not here to give a presentation. Joy asked me to come today just to give an update or if there's any questions or concerns. What I would like to talk about is a little bit about November 18th when the current City Council will approve the specific plan. But before I talk about this, I just basically leave the floor to you and ask questions. Yeah.
How are the plans going for the dividing of the road and the town center? Oops.
Straight going to the point. We have submitted plans in January of this year to the architectural review and to the planning commission that were unanimously approved that show the street going from Palm Canyon all the way to the museum, and substantially also from Palm Canyon to Indian Canyon to get that connection to the convention center and hopefully to the future Spa Casino Hotel that will be built at one point. How those plans are going, the council made a decision in April to integrate those plans into the specific plan. There's also a related EIR document with that. And on November 18th, they will vote on that. And for us, what's very critical there is the language that is in that specific plan. To answer your question, how's it going and why are we asking for that street connection? The idea for the remodel of the Desert Fashion Plaza is to put a 14-plex movie theater in the back where currently the old Cirque du Soleil tent is, including a high-end bowling alley, which is a Lucky Strike concept. And in order to get these tenants into the Fashion Plaza, they demand a lot better traffic circulation than downtown is providing right now. So they want as many connections to their site as possible. That means we basically need to provide a connection that goes from the Desert Museum all the way to the Indian Canyon at one point in the future. If we don't get that opportunity to put that connection in, it is questionable if they want to come here. Any tenant in the country, not only in Coachella Valley, any tenant, any national tenant has opportunities now to go to locations they never dreamed of at prices they never dreamed of. So they have choices. Yeah? We are the biggest or deepest recession since the Second World War. Rents have come down dramatically. It's very difficult to obtain funds, so everybody's going to be very careful where they're going to open up a business and where they want to expand their business. The retailers right now are not in expansion mode, they're still in preservation mode, increasing profitability, but not really looking for sites to expand. That will change in our view in the next 24 months, and we're very optimistic that we are in a recovery right now. And the latest economic indicators point to that point. So in the next 24 months, it's the right time to sign up tenants to participate in that upswing. But we need the environment, and we need the story from the community, from the politicians, and ourselves to tell the retailers that Palm Springs downtown is providing an environment for them to succeed and be successful, the same way as everybody here wants to be successful in downtown.
Michael, it's a tough environment, as we all know, for lending. What kinds of conversations have you had with lenders regarding construction? What do you think the likelihood is that you'll be able to obtain that in 24 months with some of these implemented?
Personally, I believe in the next 24 to 36 months, you will be able to obtain financing. The difference compared to 3 or 4 or 5 years ago is that the equity portion, meaning the money that the developer himself has to participate in the project, will be a lot higher than the past. As you know, you were able to buy houses at 100% financing, no money down. Those times are gone. On commercial projects, it all depends on the risk. Coming back to your initial question, the street, the east-west corridor, I can convince retailers that they're going to come, for example, at movie theater, and they get comfortable that that street connection will be provided over time, then I can go with that whole package and that story to a lender and convince them as well that this is a project where the risk-reward ratio has the right proportions. So I don't even need to convince the retailers to come here. More important, I need to provide a package for a lender. And that's everybody who sits here, you're all business people. Would you invest in the Desert Fashion Plaza project based on the story and the numbers I'm showing you? You only will do that if you believe you're going to get your money back. And what has changed dramatically in the past 3 years, because so many banks have been hurt, not only banks, also investors, they are now looking in all the approvals. They have learned that CEQA laws, environmental laws, is a very dangerous path if it's not clear cut. So if they see any indication, any uncertainty in a project that has been approved, that it could be stopped by lawsuits, by communities, neighborhood groups that basically just want to talk on a project and it doesn't move forward, they will not get engaged. They will not participate, and they just say, no, we have so many opportunities, why participate in a project where there's any kind of uncertainty? In other words, everybody has seen the movie The Perfect Storm. We need a perfect storm in downtown Palm Springs in a positive sense. Everything has to come together. And to make that very clear, Westman Development wants to build a project there that is being embraced and endorsed by the community. It will not be successful if this community doesn't want it, because if they don't want it, they're not going to go there. Right? It appears sometimes that the press is painting us in a way that we want to build something that nobody wants, and we're just running our heads against the wall. That is simply not the truth. In order to be successful, everybody has to come together. Yeah? And that is again the investors, the lenders, the retailers, and the community, and the tourists who want to come to Palm Springs, who should help those retailers there to be successful and to have a successful business model.
So Michael, in your opinion, the lending is pending on the reconnection?
The chicken and the egg. The lending hinges on the overall package of the whole project, meaning if I have a retailer who wants to come, let's say you are a store owner and you say, okay, I would like to open up a store that has a fashion plaza, here's my requirements, what kind of money do you expect from the developer to help you with your tenant improvements, what kind of rents you're going to pay. With that package, I'm going to go to the lender, and it's not only lenders, we also have access to capital markets where we have investors who want to participate in a project. Then these people will basically look at my numbers, my assumptions, and then decide, okay, does this business model that I'm presenting with you as a tenant and your ability to succeed, does it make sense I'm going to get money for that project, yes or no? And here's a big difference between 2003 and 2006. And as you referred to the IHOP project or the project for Lawrence, when those projects were initiated and approved, lenders were looking at those projects, how much money are you going to get for those condos that you needed to sell to make the project successful? The highest square footage price for a condominium in Palm Springs at that time was probably somewhere around $500 to $550 a square foot. The assumptions for those projects to succeed were $600 to $650. Why am I saying that? Banks at the time believed, because the past 4 years the trend was going upwards, that these prices will be achievable. Today the environment, as everybody knows what happens to Wall Street and financial markets, if you tell a lender today's price per square foot is $500, they're going to say, okay, we're going to look at the calculations at $400. So they're going to be extremely conservative to assess if that project actually can be successful or not. Which comes back to the point, you need to have a clear-cut project with no uncertainty that anything can change. Then people are willing to give money to the project. And I believe everybody here, we're all struggling right now in this economy. You're not going to invest $1 if you don't think you're going to get that $1 back. You want $1.50 back or $1.10 at least, yeah. Otherwise, you just put the bank, your money in the bank checking account and sleep well.
I have one more question. I've done my research on Westman, and their projects have always been successful. And so my next concern is, in the event that the corridor does go through the town and country, what are the plans for the landscaping, and what type of additional parking is Westman thinking about to help provide the Fashion Plaza with proper parking in the area? So there's new stores in there.
To make something very clear, the project will be multi-phasing project, meaning the Desert Fashion Plaza, or portions of the Desert Fashion Plaza, will be phase 1, which means we will put in the street from the museum to Palm Canyon. Then we start renovating portions of the Desert Fashion Plaza, and then in the future phase, we're going to put the street from Palm Canyon to Union Canyon. So we don't have a project design yet or landscaping plans what should happen in the town and country. What we need from the current council or from the future council, however its configuration will be after today, a commitment that shows clearly that I'm able, if I come forward with a project, to put a street in from Palm Canyon to Union Canyon. Right? As long as I come forward with a project that is consistent with the specific plan and the environmental document that was written for that I can put the street through with a project that I designed, then I'm going to be able to come forward with investors and lenders to provide financing for the Desert Fashion Plaza and for their future project on town and country.